Sitting down with Beryl Gastaldello. Beryl, you were the MVP of this last match for the LA Current. You swam like 17 events, and you won them all. Take me through your match. How'd it go for you?
17. So- Well, I'm very happy, obviously, that I got MVP. I'm super happy, even more so that the team won the match. Um, that was a lot of fun, specifically the skins, because I was with Abby, and it was fun to just end up with her and just fight for that win. Um, but in overall, I was trying to follow what everyone is doing, and I'm very happy of the attitude and everyone's intention, to do the best they can with what they have.
Yeah, I talked to Tom Shields last night, and he said the team chemistry is has really come together in these last couple of weeks. Everyone's kind of found their role. How have you seen the team come together over the last couple of weeks, especially with new additions like Abby?
Yes, we actually are a very, let's say, um, united team, I would say, because there's a lot of diversity. So at the beginning, it was not easy, but we really came together, especially after like winning together. And it just like we hang out, we play cards at lunch and dinner, like at meals. We make sure everyone is trying to talk to each other, get to know each other. You know, try to like follow what everyone is doing, learn from each other, and encourage everyone during the meets. As soon as you're done, you try to know what's going on, and like, yeah, just be aware of like what your teammates are doing, and be there if they need them, if they need you, and then also be there to celebrate with them. So I think we've been doing a great job in just being very encouraging. So I'm very happy.
And I mean, that seems like one of the best parts about ISL is that it is really a team sport, and it puts a lot of really good swimmers who were on college teams or have been on national teams, and puts them back in that team environment, and you really get to swim for someone outside yourself, which is cool.
Yes.
So let's talk about your races specifically. You're swimming backstroke, butterfly, freestyle. Are you focusing on the same things in every race, or from race to race, do you have different things that you're zeroing in on?
So right now, what I'm working on is more the mental aspect of what's going on than the actual race.
Mhm.
And the race just like whatever happens. What's interesting for me is the before, and also the after. Just how is my mindset is, so, like how I was before, like entering, like what I was thinking, what I was doing, what did I do that worked, did not work. For me, it's more like I don't know if I'd said that before, but I am my own lab. Like, I'm just testing things out, and then I'm working with my mental preparator, to just like, yeah, to try and find the best, what works best for me. So that's what I'm focusing on. And then I realize there's always something completely different in every race that I've been swimming so far. It's very interesting. It's a bit frustrating because I don't know what to do anymore at some point. There's so many things to, I think there's a lot of things I could do better. But in overall, in the water is just swimming as fast as I can, with what I have. That's really what I'm saying, because obviously not very rested. So I'm happy with the results, even though I would like to be faster. But yeah, I don't know. I've been doing what I can. What I'm focusing on really is the mindset.
Let's um yeah, I'd like to talk a little bit about that mindset because, like you said, you're focusing on the before and the after. And obviously ISL, maybe a little bit less so without the fans, but it's such an exciting environment. And, if you win an event that, your team's cheering, everyone's like, yeah. And I feel like it would be really easy to get that emotional high really quickly. And but some people may not realize that can be really taxing. And with someone like you who is winning 2 or 3 events a day and swimming a lot of events, that could be a real detriment by the end of the session. So how do you kind of keep that even keel?
Well, when I realized what I just said, though, I'm focusing on the before and after in terms of analyzing,
Okay.
analysis. But
Yeah.
then otherwise, I'm trying to be as present as possible. I just want to make this clear. Other than that, I don't know if you start to know me pretty well. I actually feed off all of that. I have a lot of energy, and that just fuels me, to be honest. um you know for example, the first day, I don't swim until 30 minutes into the meet, and I'm trying, like, I make sure I go into, like, in the box for the first event. If I can watch the woman and the man, usually it's only the woman because after I have to keep moving. And I encourage, and I don't know, I really feed off that. And even if it's not easy because I do swim quite a bit, I'm trying to follow as much as possible what's going on. And sometimes it's exciting because we're winning, we're doing great. Sometimes it's not so exciting, but then it's important to, I mean, for me, and also because I'm a captain and I just want to be there for my teammates. So if they're having great race, awesome. If they don't, I want to be there to help them step back up, because we have to focus on what's next. And that's very important. So I don't really try and save any energy because I do have a lot to expand. But I'm working on maybe, like, starting to be a bit more careful, I think I will say.
Yeah. I don't try to save energy. I just go all out. Okay. Now, even though
Always.
you say you don't try to save energy, but it seems like you've got skins pretty dialed in.
Oh, okay.
Let's talk about that because I think you were 24-1, 24-6, 24-6 in the 3 rounds, and especially that last round, you stayed very consistent time wise. How do you move through a 3 race event like that that's just back to back to back?
I have no idea. Not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say something that I don't know. I practiced only skins just once in yards, maybe like 3 or 4 weeks before. No, let's say 3 weeks before I left. It was a
Mm.
freestyle. Other than that, it's just I don't know. It depends of the field. Obviously, if there's like people that are much faster, I'm gonna have to go all out in the first one to make sure I get top 4 and get into the second run. This time, by the fact that we won with Abby, I was pretty confident that I could just, like, I guess, save a little energy, if you want to say it that way. Just be a bit careful in the first 50, in the first round, and then. Yes, so that's what I did. I was, kind of looking right, left, and then I just was careful towards the end, and I was make sure I got third, so I was like, "Woo, that was a close one," because I just looked at my ranking, and as soon as I saw that I was top 4, I just move on. I don't even know much like of the times or anything, because I know I don't have time to lose. So I didn't really know what happened until later on. I still don't. I didn't know exactly my times actually until you just said that. I haven't watched the races yet. I would like to though. And then for the second round, same thing, But when I took a breath, I saw that Abby was hammering next to me, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And so I was slowing things down until I saw that, and I started like, sprinting as much as I could the last maybe 5 or 6 meters I had left. It's just funny, I wish we could just know what people think in general when they swim. I think that would be a lot of fun, especially at least in my head. um, and then that last run, I was just smiling and laughing because I had no idea what was gonna happen. My legs were starting to hurt, and also I did see that Abby, when I think I saw her time, and I saw that when she went faster than me in the second one. So I was like, oh, maybe she's gonna just be a crazy fight, and I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to do what I did in DC again. I don't know what my body is gonna do, but I know what my mind is gonna do is what I decide. And I decided to not listen to the pain. So that was pretty cool to see that I got rewarded, but just the mental work I've been doing. I think that's really what it came down to. And so that was it. That was very, very fun. Because when I flipped turn, I knew it was over for Abby. Yeah.
It's a nice way to put it, but I mean, yeah, you won that pretty handily, and I think that you brought up such a great point. I think it'd be great just for the viewers if everyone behind the blocks had a little thought bubble, and that's what they're
Yes.
thinking, but you can't see it. The competitors can't see it. Just we can.
Oh,
I think that'd be
that would
awesome.
be so funny. I would love it. I would live for that actually. You know, and I realized they have when you watch on TV, they have the live rankings or something. The how do you call that?
Right.
You know, like with yeah. I think it's very fun. It's actually pretty cool. I've never seen that before, so I
I
was just
just
killing
just
it.
yeah, they're bringing it to the next level. I agree. We just wrote an article about that, the live race rankings on who's in
Oh,
first, who's in second, so on and so forth. Like you said, it's a really cool addition, and maybe the thought bubbles will come next season. Who knows? Uh,
yeah, yeah. Let's not bubbles, please. Make it happen
Come on,
somehow.
ISL. So last time I talked to you, we talked about your 4 hour a day gym routine. How has, when you're not racing, so then for the next few days, what's your training looking like? What are you doing in the gym? I saw some video on Instagram where you're, you know, uh, cleaning pretty good, and you look ripped. And so I see you're still in the gym. Tell me what the next few days are looking like for you.
Stop spying on me. No, I'm just kidding.
It's on social media, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm just kidding. Um, well, yes, I've been lifting. I mean, twice instead of three times because it's not that easy to get it in. And then also it's such a different environment. It's actually it cost me so much more for some reason because the for small details like the 10 kilo plates, they're super small. So if you like when you start to build up and if you like warming up or building up, depending on what's my objective, maybe my coach is capping me as 58 kilos, so I cannot put 20 because the barbell is 20 kilos, which will be 60 anyways for 2 kilos sometimes. So it's a whole deal. So I have to go and pick up the weight from much lower. It's small details, but when you're not used to like I'm doing the same exact movement all the time, pretty much. No, my technique doesn't change that much and things like that. So small details, and I realize it's been costing me much more than usual to lift. But yes, I've been lifting actually still pretty heavy. Not trying to go for PRs though here. Just keeping the strength and been doing one run instead of two. This week might be a bit different because it's just a fast turnaround. And as far as what's going on in the pool, we it depends on how things goes. But since I'm racing quite a bit, I use that as I guess a training, instead of because that's what I will do at practice just to get up on the block and go fast or from a push. So I've been doing a bit more aerobic. 2 days before this meet, I did a IM set that cost me a lot. And it was fun because instead of being on my own, David March gave me. So he threw one swimmer for the first. It was only 875s IM, but before that, kicking and stuff. And so there was one swimmer, Jakob, with me for the first four, and after that, Anastasia, the young Israeli swimmer, came for the
Yeah.
last four, and it's challenging because these people go fast and I don't want to get beat. And I was like, oh my gosh, be careful because I'm not 17 years old anymore. And she was killing it. So things like that's just a lot of fun. So it depends. Sometimes I have some small sets. I've been doing quite a lot of kicking actually, fast for some reason ish, I guess.
I mean, is short course meters a big transition for you from yards or the long course, and does the kicking have something to do with that, getting off the walls, working underwaters, things like that? I mean, obviously the legs are really important in short course meters. Have you noticed a difference in your legs at all?
Um, Not that much. I don't even know. Is 25 yards is 22.5 meters? I'm not quite sure. I never knew. Do you know?
That's
Something like that?
no, yeah, it's
It's
something
not
like
a
that. That
huge
sounds right.
difference. what's hard for me is that we have practices in long course quite a lot,
Mm.
and I've not been doing long course in I think a year. Besides that meet in February in
Wow.
Iowa,
Uh-huh.
so it hurts my arms. My arms have been hurting a lot actually, and that's what is super challenging for me because I'm not used for my arms to be like rocks like that.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of swimming long course, compared to yard. So I miss yards sometimes.
Why do you know why they have a long course set up for you guys?
Yes, actually, trust me, I was not upset, but I'm here to swim short course. Even if yes, we all have the Olympics in our head. I mean, it's October. I think people need to relax. But it's because it's because swimmers and coaches have been asking. So I think
Oh.
I don't know the percentage if it's 50-50 of people that want to swim long course or don't, but I will say there's I guess more people that want to swim long course than 25 meters. So
Mhm.
it's like we don't have a choice, and I'm pretty sure that's why my arms have been hurting. It's just I'm not used to swim for so long nonstop without a turn.
Dude,
Um,
seriously. Sounds
oh my
brutal.
god.
Uh
Yes, I was upset. Just one of the changes that I had to adjust to that I was not happy about. But
yeah, hopefully they'll throw in some more short course practices as the season progresses and as kind of people start resting more. Tell me
yeah,
about
because if I don't know if you know, but there's two 50 meters pool. There's one in the Duna Arena. Then
Mhm,
there's the one that is cut in 25 meters for the meet, the
mhm.
competition pool. And then there's also the 25 diving wall. And then there's another 50-meter pool, like in a bubble right next to the Duna Arena. So, I mean, it wouldn't hurt to just, stay with just one, I would say. It wouldn't hurt
Seriously.
me at least.
So like one some people can go swim long course, some people can go swim short course. Like
You do you, I
done.
do me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What other have there been changes in the ISL bubble that you've had to adjust to that are significant to you in either a good way or a bad way?
I would like to say, I mean, obviously wearing a mask at all times instead, unless you're eating or swimming, but that's not a big deal. But that's a change.
Mhm.
And for me, the food part was not easy. It took me a few days, even though I said a solid week, because I mean, I wasn't sure if there was dairy, not dairy. Some people like of the staff don't speak English maybe super well. Um, so that was challenging because the first 2 days I definitely ate gluten and dairy because I got a bit sick, pretty sick actually.
Yeah.
So I had to change. I had to adjust to that, and in general, well, we're eating. It's a bit awkward, but now we get used to it. We're eating just in our own table, 6 feet apart from like
Right.
other people. It feels like we at school sometimes a little bit. It's just
Everyone at their
at the
own
beginning,
desk.
yeah. It's, so that's a bit weird, but we make it work. And in general, I think they've been doing. I mean, we have such great conditions. It's amazing, and we're on that island that is pretty big. We still have this, so we have 90 minutes, to go and walk around. I haven't been out in 4 days, so I really need to go out. That's maybe the downside of it. It's not as easy then to just go outside.
Yeah.
Um,
uh, you. I also saw that the LA was eating pizzas last night. Did you have a
yes.
pizza?
Yes. So my gosh, we had the best COVID marshal. Her name is Mishi. She's young, like beautiful, like young lady, and she's awesome, super dynamic, and I love people like that with that vibe.
Mhm.
And she's doing everything to please everyone. She came up to me right away after the meet. As soon as I came back from my last race, Ben Lee and hers, they came up to me, was like, Beryl, so we wanting to have pizza tonight, this and that. And she's like, so gluten free? And I said, gluten free and dairy free. And she looked at me. I looked at her. I was like, that's gonna be complicated. Like, it's okay. Don't worry. I can have a burger. But you have we figured it out. I had my dairy. What do you call that? Dairy free cheese and cauliflower probably crust. Not bad. They forgot the ham though, so I just had dairy free cheese and mushroom on my pizza with some tomato. But not super nutritive. That was awesome. I love that we gather. Everyone had their own pizza. We had 50, and we were all like eating together. That was just a nice little way to celebrate the team win and to get closer as a team. Food is just what makes you. Food is just the way together. I always say that. Like you always find each other around food. The main thing is a change for me. Obviously, I spend a lot of time at the cafeteria. Is this how you say that? I think I don't remember. Yeah, I do. I do spend. I would say an hour and a half, 2 hours probably every meal, just because talking with people, and then it rotates. People move and come back. So, yeah.
Nice.
For me, I'm living the life. I'm really living the life in here. I love it. I'm super happy.
I'm glad to hear you still have an activity that you take your time and it's very leisure for you.
At all time, food is my activity.
Awesome. Okay. I won't keep you too long. Last question. Is there an event that you haven't swam yet that you're like, okay, I need to swim this?
I know where you're getting at.
I don't. I just, is there an event you want to swim?
I think because I've been asked for the 100 IM.
I was getting to that. That's what I was.
Yeah, I know you were getting to that. See, I told you. The 100 IM for sure. I say also the 100 fly. I would like to, because I was pretty happy with what I did in the relay, with how I felt. It really shows that you don't listen to how you feel. It's better. You're better off that. I got a bit scared before that relay. In the 50 back, I was already thinking that I had a 100 fly after. So that was one of the things that I had to work mentally, because it's not good. I wasn't present for my 50 back, I was focused on that 100 fly. And then I lost it again. No, I would say so 100 fly, 100 IM. Who knows? Maybe a 2-3, but that's a long shot. It depends on what the teams need and stuff. And I don't know, But so I was excited maybe about doing that 100 IM until I swam those 875, but 4 of them with Anastasia, and that she destroyed me in the 25 breaststroke. I don't know. That really hurt my confidence in that 25 breaststroke in the 100 IM. That was a rough one. So that's frustrating. I asked Lily King, I was like, how can I swim breaststroke just better?
Yeah, I can't believe that even in the 100 IM, breaststroke is still such an equalizer. It's just
that's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Well, dude, thank you so much for sitting down to talk with me. Congrats on your MVP, and hopefully we can catch up soon before the season's over.
Thank you so much. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to the SwimSwam podcast. Stay tuned for new episodes every week. You can take SwimSwam podcast on the go by subscribing on your favorite podcast platform. Look for links in the description below, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos as well.